Hi, it's Cara, and today we're doing the first of a series of videos that I'm going to call 20 Pages, A Journey in Colouring. And essentially I'm going to show you every 20 pages that I colour. So every time I colour and finish 20 pages, I'm going to make one of these videos and show you what I've coloured and talk about what mediums I used and how I went about it, so you can see and keep up to date with my colouring. Yeah! So it's kind of like a colouring wrap up every 20 pages. So I've had colouring books since Christmas. So like half a month I have done 20 pages. Actually, I've now done like 23 pages, but I'll only show you the first 20 today. In no particular order, well, kind of a particular order, but not the order I coloured them. Let's get started. So first off, in this book, I am making an effort to colour something from every book I own. So some of these just have one coloured in, which is the case for these little ones. So this is Animal Kingdom, the little book of colouring. And I have coloured this page, which is a series of feathers, and I used the Tri-Plus colour pens, the thick-nibbed ones. I was messing around with colour combinations, and I just liked this page. Nothing fancy, just messing around, seeing how things turn out. Then in Bloom, I was using the same pens, so the Tri-Plus colour, and I did this guy, this flower flowers in a teacup. I really like this. I think it's really cute. And yeah, so just again playing around with colour combinations and with the textures, because I don't use those pens super often, especially not in my nice books. So I just wanted to play around and see how they worked. In this book, same pens and everything, I did this one, which this is Patterns. This one was in Bloom, if I didn't say that. This one's Patterns. I did this one, which I really like. I really like the effect this gave with the leaving some of the triangles blank and colouring in the black of the snow globe. I really like this. Again, using the Tri-Plus colour markers. And then the last in this series is Tropical Paradise. And I have done this page with the dolphins. I feel like this has too much colour on it. It's a little bit busy, but testing around with colours again, using those Tri-Plus markers, and I don't mind it. I don't mind it. So the next we have Fabulous Flowers. I've coloured a bunch in this, so let's get going. So first off we have this page. This is, what side am I going to put on? Let's keep it on this side. So we have this page here. This is with watercolours. This is the first time I was playing around with watercolours, and I wanted to test out different techniques. So the grey background, which I wanted to be black but it didn't quite go out very black, technically it is a black pencil, was laying down the pencil then washing it. And I think it was the fact that this pencil itself isn't particularly good quality. These using my cheap brand watercolours. These flowers were drawn on directly from the pencil, like picking it up and drawing it on. And these purple flowers were with water put on the page and then drawing on top of it. And I liked the way the colour looks kind of speckled, but it did, if you look on this other side, bleed through a lot in those areas. So I found that with watercolour I'm better laying down the pencil and then washing it, or pulling it directly from the pencil onto the page, than laying water first, just for the paper quality. Then I did this page in pastels, oil pastels. I probably won't use oil pastels again, but I wanted to fiddle around with them, and again in the purple pink theme. And then I did this watercolour page, testing out my new watercolours to see how they worked, and I found this worked much better. I was also using an aqua pen, so I could get a lot more depth and layers of colour on the items, and yeah, I really liked this. The pink flowers, I believe I laid down the colour first and then washed them, and you can tell there's much less like pencil lines. The green I did directly from the pencil, picking it up with the aqua brush, and I really like how the aqua brush works. Then we have this page, which is Sunflowers, which I adore, and I did these in my cheap colour pencils, my Kmart brand colour pencils. And it's not the best blending in the world, but I've never really worked with pencils before this. So I was having fun trying to figure out how to blend in the first place. So they're not particularly well blended, but they're nice. I like them. I used yellows and oranges and reds and browns, obviously. This page was with my new pencils, again trying blending techniques. I really like how the greens fade in as well as these little orange and purples. I didn't like the flowers so much, but like these purple and yellow flowers and the purple and pink flowers. But yes, this was again playing around with blending techniques with my new pencils this time, which worked much better with blending, by the way. Then here's the first page I started, not the first page I finished by any means. This is with my cheap colour pencils, and it literally took like 2 weeks to get this done because it is so many little pieces. And I used so many different colours and I had to pick out what colours I wanted at each point. I really like this page. I like the effect it gives, but man, it was so much effort. It was so hard to do. Oh, but I like it overall. We have this one here, which did not take anywhere near as much time. And in this one, I played around with marker and like using a marker outline and a pencil center, which is a design style I really like and plan to keep working with because I really like it. And this was using my cheap pencil set. And I also did this page using my cheap pencil set, and it is just a bunch of brown leaves. Again, messing around with blending techniques and things, not so great, but okay. Getting my, like, this is my book where I work out how I'm going to do things in other books. So they're not always the best, but they're playing around and seeing how I can make it work. Here's another one with my original pencils. You can hear my brother in the background making weird noises. This was with my original cheap pencils, working out how to blend again. This is like another blending thing, using blending techniques I saw on YouTube and testing out, trying to get this like sun look with the strip of white. So yeah, that was fun. I really like this page. I like the color combinations. I think it looks really cool. And finally in this book I've done this page, which was literally just a color test page, but I like it. I think it looks cool because I could fill out most of the page with the pens I had to test. I really like this. In Mystic Treasures by Kaiser Color, I have done 2 pictures. The first one is this front title page picture. This is again using pencil, my cheaper pencils, and marker. I stole my mum's markers for these, which are the Stabilo markers, because I didn't have my own yet. And I loved playing around with color combinations and making this effect work for me using the different colored markers, and I really like how this turned out. Using the same technique, I did the second page in this book, if it'll let me get to it, which is this one here. I really like this. This whole book is very similar to Secret Garden a little bit, but I don't even mind. I think it's just really nice. And again, testing out my technique in a low pressure situation. And yeah, I really like this one. The Treehouse. Then from Into the Wild by Kaiser Color, I have done the title page, which is this beautiful circlet of flowers. It's really bright. This was all in Stabilos, I believe, Mum's Stabilos. No pencil at all. I really wanted to see what a pop of colour would look like. I'm tossing up whether I'm going to do it like this in the Millie Marotta books or not. Or not, because I don't particularly like how this page turned out. But I think it was because I didn't pick the right colours. Again, this is all Stabilos, or was this after I'd got my Tri Plus fine liners? I can't quite remember. But possibly after I got the fine liners. And the colour combinations didn't work for me, but maybe if I was using different colours I could make it work. So I'm tossing up on the Millie Marotta ones. So yeah, this is the title page, the nameplate, sorry. And then finally I've done a couple of pages in the gorgeous Secret Garden where I'm using the fine liner and pencil technique using my Staedtler Tri Plus fine liners and the Staedtler Ergosoft pencils. And so here is the title page, which I think is just stunning. I just loved working on this. I tried to stick to a limited colour palette, except for like the little animals and things. So I stayed with the same pink the whole way through and only did 2 different greens. And I really like how this turned out. The other page I've done in Secret Garden, which I really like, is the nameplate. And Joanna Basford's art style is just absolutely gorgeous. And I love it. So here is the nameplate, which I did all in the same blue and all in the same green. And again, with the fine liner, the Staedtler fine liner, and the Soft pencils. So yeah. So those are the 20 pages that I have recently coloured. Ooh, shaking you around, I apologise. I will see you soon with another video, possibly a book video, possibly another colouring video, depending on which one I do more of lately. I already have 3 pages coloured in towards the next episode of 20 pages. And I colour like a page a day-ish, depending on the page. So, you know. I did 3 pages last night. Weren't particularly full pages. I'm currently working on doing a page from every book that I own, which I've already mentioned, but that is the goal. So at the moment I'm doing a lot of title pages, which often don't have much on them, and nameplates, and intro pages, and things like that. Things that aren't a full page of artwork, so they're not taking too long. So hopefully in the near future you will see me again with another 20 pages video, and until then, or till I see you next, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you then. Bye!